Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about attachment and detachment because you've probably heard that in order to manifest what you want, you mustn't be attached to your desires and that you must approach manifesting with detachment. But I think that most people find it difficult to understand what this really means in practice. So that's what I want to explore today. So first, I want to explain what attachment is, so that you can recognize it and understand what it looks like. And then, when you understand what attachment is, it becomes easier to not do that because you get what it is. And so it's more likely that you'll notice and catch yourself if you find yourself doing this. So, attachment is when you're insisting that the outcome that you're walking towards or the path that is leading to that outcome must look the way your human mind thinks it should look. It's when you're clinging so tightly to the idea that things must happen the way you think you want them to, or according to what you think needs to happen in order for you to be able to survive or for you to be okay, that the thought that there could be any deviation from this feels devastating and unbearable to even think about. It's like you're gripping and holding on with all your might to this one single possibility because you feel that if you don't get this, it's the end of the world. You feel like it has to happen this way because it's the one and only way to be okay. And if you don't get this, you're going to be left with nothing. So it's like you're holding on to this one rope and you're clinging on for dear life with all your might because you feel like it's all you've got. And that if you let go of this rope, you're going to fall to your death. It feels like kind of like a tightly wound up spring. It's this feeling that you must absolutely hang on to this thing and not let anything else in. Because if you do, it's all going to fall apart and everything will unravel. It's a feeling of being closed in, of not allowing anything else in. It's a feeling that things must happen this way and that if they don't happen this way, you don't know what you're going to do. You feel like you simply can't allow it to go any other way because you wouldn't be able to handle it. Can you see? Can you feel how closed up and limiting that feels? It's a feeling of I have this one single option to make things go my way, and if I mess that up and get things wrong, or if it doesn't work for whatever reason, then I'm doomed. That's what being attached feels like. So, now that we've covered what not to do, let's move on to what it means to manifest what you want with detachment. So, the way I want you to look at it is as if you're the owner of a company and you've got this excellent CEO that you've employed to run your company. And whatever you ask him to do, he always executes and delivers it perfectly. Whatever you ask for, he always understands exactly what your request is, and he produces the results that you want in exactly the right way, without fail. So you trust him completely, with not even a shadow of a doubt that he will ever fail you. Now, imagine that you go to your CEO and you ask him to take your company to a position where it's making £1 million in profit per year. You might have a bit of a discussion about what that might look like and about what values and ethics you want him to stick to and any criteria like how much you would want to be personally involved in executing this. And then once you've established all this, you just walk away and leave it all in his hands, right? And once in a while, it may be that he asks you to come over to sign some papers or to go and talk to someone or to go out for dinner with a delegation that he's put together, perhaps. But you're leaving the overall running of the whole thing to him. You're not checking up on him every 5 minutes to see how he's doing. You're just leaving him to it and trusting fully that he's got it all under control and that he'll let you know if your involvement is required at any point. And because he's such an excellent CEO and he's so good at orchestrating things perfectly, by putting your trust in him in this way, He executes the whole thing seamlessly and delivers the results you wanted in a way that you absolutely love. And this is exactly what you need to do when it comes to manifesting what you want with detachment. But of course, in this case, the company is your life and the CEO is the source, the infinite intelligence that is creating and orchestrating everything. Now, let's take this a step further. Let's say that during the course of executing this plan to get to 1 million in profit, the CEO finds a way to take the company to 10 million in profit, still sticking to the same values and ethics, but earning a higher profit. Now, in this case, would you want the CEO to turn down that opportunity to get to 10 million in profit because you asked for 1 million? And so this would be a deviation from what you asked for? Or would you want him to understand the real underlying request that you made and know you well enough to know that you would love a profit of 10 million even more than a profit of 1 million? You'd want him to deliver the option that is your highest preference, right? Not stick with taking you literally and limiting things just because when you stated your request you didn't realize that there was an even better option. And this is what it means to manifest what you want with detachment. It's trusting the source to orchestrate things in the way that is most perfect for you and to allow it to bring you what you want without interference and without insistence that it must do things according to your human logic. Because if you insist that it must come down to the level of your human logic, then there's a good chance that you'd be limiting yourself and making yourself have to put up with much, much less than what you really desire. So the state you need to be in is one of being completely open to the how and to the details of what might show up, while absolutely choosing the outcome that you want and trusting that this is what is being produced for you. You're still the one in charge, you're the one deciding where to take things, but when it comes to how it all gets orchestrated, how it gets delivered, how it all gets put together, you completely trust the source to do all of that. You step out of the way. You don't try to control things according to your human perception. You trust that there are infinite ways for you to get what you want, that there isn't only this one very limited way that is the only way you can see from your limited human viewpoint, and you trust that the source knows which is exactly the most ideal way for you, down to the tiniest detail, and so you allow it to execute everything based on infinite intelligence, and you don't get in the way with your limited human thinking. And because you're doing this, it will bring you exactly what you really desire, exactly what will truly fulfill you. And it will orchestrate things in such a way that the perfection of it will completely blow you away, because it knows things about you and knows what you really want in ways that you, at the human level, haven't even begun to fathom yet. And if you let it, it will take you there. But if you insist on sticking with your limited thinking and trying to control things at the human level, you will severely limit the options that seem to be available to you. So it's a case of choosing that you get to have what you want, or another way of saying it is that you're assuming that this is what's going to happen, that this is the result that you're going to get, and then completely stepping out of the way and letting the source orchestrate the details for you. And here's something else that's really important to understand. When you're operating from this place of detachment, you're not forgetting about your desire. You're actually claiming it and remembering it even more fully. Because what you're really doing is saying, I trust that what I desire is already being created for me. I don't need to obsess over it. I don't need to micromanage it. I don't need to chase it. It's already mine. My job is simply to remain aligned with the knowing that it's unfolding perfectly. And that way, I know that everything that happens is leading me to that outcome. So I don't even need to go and check up on it, because it's obvious that this is what's happening. Because this is where so many people get tripped up. They confuse detachment with not caring. But detachment isn't indifference. Detachment is certainty. It's the quiet, grounded confidence that what you've chosen is already handled, even if you have no evidence of it yet. It's like planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, you care for it, but you allow it to take root and grow in its own perfect timing, trusting that nature knows exactly how to bring it to life. When you're able to live from this place, you'll feel lighter. You'll feel more open. You'll start to notice how opportunities, ideas, synchronicities, and nudges begin to show up, often in ways you never could have predicted or orchestrated from your limited perspective. Because you're finally allowing the infinite intelligence that you're connected to, your source, to do what it does best, to create effortlessly on your behalf. And so the more you can practice this, choosing what you want and then truly handing it over, the more you're going to experience just how powerful you really are as a creator. You'll see that life doesn't have to be a struggle. You don't have to force or fight or control everything. You simply choose and then walk forwards along the path that has been created for you. Remember, your job is the decision. The how belongs to the source. And the more you stay in that space of openness and trust, the more you'll find that life surprises you with outcomes that are often far greater, far richer, and far more beautiful than anything your mind could have ever come up with. So choose, trust, and then keep walking forwards along your chosen path. And if you do that, I promise you, magic will happen. So listen to what I'm saying and apply it in your own life, because I want you to see what I'm talking about and to experience for yourself how magical life becomes when you do this. Okay, that is it from me for today. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.